Kathy here at the Magical Urban Vegetable Garden, and I've gotten some questions lately here about how I mulch my garden. And there's a variety of ways you can do it, and you may need to adapt it to what you do, your weather, all that sort of thing. But I've got kind of a process that I'm going to show you here that just makes it easier, especially in a greenhouse and an existing bed where you have transplants, that sort of thing. Now, I'm not saying this is the only way, or I'm just showing you what I do and the reasons for it. So I'm going to switch my camera around. Now, I still have some pots here, but you can see like I've transplanted my tomato plants in, and what I do is I transplant everything in like this, right? And then I put my newspaper and stuff over top. And the reason is because if you're using, if you've transplanted your plants out and you have somewhat bigger, pots, you're going to have a lot more dirt. And I like to be able to put that dirt right on top of the soil like this. So it's not all just on top. Like the potting mix that we use is it's actually Sunshine Mix number 4. We get big bales of it. When we do get it, it lasts a long time. It's much less expensive than buying it by the bag, and it's neutral. It doesn't have a bunch of additives, and so you can use the fertilizers you want, especially if you're organic and whatever. So what I do is I plant everything, and then I add my newspapers over top, leaving space for the plants in between, and then I add my grass clippings and stuff out on top over time. And I do wet this down a little bit right before I put the grass on, but everything's been well watered underneath. Like I don't know if you can really see it here, but my greenhouse isn't soaking, but everything's damp in underneath, which is what you want for earthworm action and being able to just have that root growth and that consistency for your plants. Now, I tried it a different way on my other bed here, and I'm going to switch around and show you. And this is what happens if you put your newspaper and mulch down first and you're trying to transplant stuff in. If it's bigger things, if it's smaller things, it's much easier. Like if you have the little pots, it's easier just to dig in and just tuck it in. But with the bigger pots here, I had so much dirt, and so I put my newspaper down, and the extra stuff is going on top. And this is where I see people, they're trying to figure it out, and they want to, they're putting down, they've got so much grass and weeds and stuff, and so they're putting down like their cardboard and newspaper, and then they're putting soil on top. Now, if you can really take and put down like a load of soil, like, a good foot, you're probably okay, but you're still providing that barrier between the plants and the actual earth. Like the earth provides it's a wicking action. Your plants can reach the roots down further, and if you put your soil and compost and everything on first, and then your cardboard and newspaper on top, you're not going to be drying out. Because look what's happened here. Now, granted, I don't have a super thick, it's only a couple of inches here, but it's dried right out. And if I had my plants on top of that, the roots and everything would be drying out, and it would have a much quicker chance. I'd be watering so much more. Like it would be a lot harder keeping my plants alive to begin with until they can break through that barrier. So I always recommend putting your seedlings and your plants through. And just mulching on top, like with your grass clippings or straw or whatever it is that you use, it's just going to go so much easier, and you're still going to have that weed barrier, but you're not going to be watering as much, and it's going to make it just a whole lot easier on you. Anyway, the ones I planted here last week seem to be happy. Should start getting tomatoes pretty soon. And let me know what questions you have. I hope that helps. But it's just having a process. You transplant everything and then put down your cover and then your mulch on top. And your plants are right down into the soil then. So have a fabulous Wednesday. And, let me know what questions you have. I'm always happy to hear from you. And bye for now.